There's the fast way and the slow way.
Okay. Give me the fast way.
The fast way is drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
You're a supervillain. That's what a supervillain does.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? It's Massmate B, and I'm going to be taking a different direction with today's video. Now, let's pretend that you didn't read the title or look at the thumbnail. Now, if I was to ask you who you thought was the most corrupt engineer, who would you say? Would you say A, Azimuth from Ben 10, B, Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, or C, Elon Musk? Now, if your answer was C, don't feel too good about yourself, because the other two I just put for fun. But in any case, you'd be correct.
Yeah, whatever.
Elon. It's a shame I even have to make this video, but it must be done. Now, technically, he's not your traditional engineer by career, but he does lead some of the top engineering businesses. So, in my eyes, he still counts. Now, I want y'all to think about something. What happens when someone with unlimited money and influence, born from his engineering genius and ego, has the ability to make decisions that affect millions of people? You get a guy that makes decisions that would get any other engineer fired, fined, or criminally charged. Not only that, he also has control over certain narratives due to his recent purchase of Twitter, or X as he calls it. Now, a bit of a disclaimer for this video, I won't be discussing his alleged involvement with the Epstein files or the fact that he damn near said Hail Hitler on live TV.
For making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Right? We're just gonna keep it engineering. With that being said though, this wouldn't be a fair criticism if I didn't at least do an overview on who he is and what he's accomplished as an engineer, mentioning some of his more positive accomplishments. So we'll start off with his background in engineering.
Okay, let's go.
Now, if you weren't aware, Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, in 1971. Crazy, I know. But he showed an interest in engineering at a very early age, teaching himself how to code and even selling his first software at 12 years old. Fast forward many years, he ended up moving to Canada and then the US, where he eventually attended University of Pennsylvania, where he studied econ and physics. And in his early career as an entrepreneur, he co-founded a web software company called Zip2, which was sold for nearly $300 million. He then co-founded X.com, which eventually became PayPal, and sold it to eBay for $1.5 billion in 2002. And all this early success is what gave him the capital to end up pursuing more ambitious engineering ventures, such as Tesla and SpaceX, as we all know, and many more. But enough about that. Let's get into what y'all came here for. Now, the question is, why do I think he's corrupt? Let's start by looking at Tesla. Tesla's autopilot system has been involved with many fatal crashes, which lead to many questions asking whether or not he overpromised on the capabilities of the software, because he repeatedly marketed it as borderline self-driving, which was not true, and in reality, it needed constant supervision. And there were several investigations that found that Tesla was aware of the limitations, but continued to put out the product. Now, from an engineering ethics standpoint, this is not good. Reason being is releasing a partially developed safety-critical software to the public and marketing it as something that is fully functioning would end most engineers' careers. But next, let's take a look at Twitter. Now, when Elon bought Twitter in 2022, he immediately fired about 75% of its staff, including most of the security and safety engineering teams, which left the company very vulnerable. Now, from a common sense standpoint, doing that and expecting performance to improve is like a manga artist stopping his art mid-chapter and expecting sales to rise from that volume. It just doesn't make that much sense. And as for someone who presents himself as the smartest in the room, you could easily tell that Elon's ego was probably clouding his judgment. But now we're going to talk about SpaceX. To keep it brief, SpaceX has been has been involved with many high-profile explosions during testing, which he deems as learning opportunities. Now, the problem I have with this is some of the tests were done near populated areas, and even the FAA had to intervene over the safety and environmental concerns. And since he has so much political power and influence, critics are led to believe that is what allows him to push these boundaries when it comes to things like this. Now, just think about it. If any other engineer made the same mistakes as Elon, like releasing unfinished safety systems or ignoring security warnings, or even emptying out infrastructure teams, they'd lose their PE license immediately, or they'd be facing lawsuits or criminal charges.
Right to jail.
But these rules just don't apply to him. My point is, Elon Musk isn't corrupt in like the traditional sense when it comes to taking bribes or maybe falsifying data. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he does represent a new type of engineering threat. When you have so much money and influence, you're able to bypass all accountability systems that are made to protect the people from bad engineering decisions. And that's what fuels my argument. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. With that being said though, this is the end of the video. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and whether or not you like this style of content. I know it's been a little bit since I dropped, but if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Tune in for my next video. I already know the deal. Like, subscribe, share with your peoples, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Perfect.